Good afternoon, and welcome to Tales from the Blackwater Cantina. I'm Mazz,
I'm Aaron.
and we are here this week to talk your ears off about some Old Umbrey lists, go into some nice deep dive on some synergies and other malarkey.
To mix it up from previous 3 episodes.
Well, yeah, exactly.
It's the new hotness, we've got to discuss it. So
yeah, and there's a lot of interesting bits and pieces going on with it, isn't there? So yeah,
definitely.
So in local news for us, we've got the new Entoyment store has opened up at their new location. So it is absolutely huge and has excellent ventilation, which you need when it's full of sweaty gaming humans.
Yep.
If you can afford Warhammer, you can afford deodorant. Remember that. So yeah, 50 plus tables, loads of scenery, separate card gaming tables. So if you want to rock out High Command, you can go play that there as well.
I would actually like to.
Yeah, I got it down from the loft yesterday.
Yeah.
We were clearing out some loft space because they're tearing the roof off my house, which that's what they've been doing today. So I have some extra holes in my roof. So we had to move a load of stuff out the loft, and that came down, and my wife was like, "Oh, we should play that. I really enjoyed that." Okay, so it's probably gonna come with us when we move out and get played. It'll be my War Machine fix while we're trapped away from home.
I've had similar ideas, but I just ended up watching it on YouTube instead, as I said with War Machine Tactics in your previous shows.
Yeah.
Just don't end up buying it or playing it myself. Just watch other people do it. I'm like, oh, this is cool.
Yeah, well, it's a good game. It's a solid game, and it's easier to move around than boxes of miniatures. So yeah.
True.
So yeah, that's all moved. We managed to get a couple of games in this week against Shadowflame Shard. So that was good.
Nice. I've yet to play against Chimera at all, so
Yeah,
I'd like to sometime soon.
we've got 2 people up this way. Both of them called Dan. Both of the Dans in the group play Chimera, so
We need a third for the Trichimerax.
I know we need
Any
another
Dans
Dan.
who are interested in War Machine in the Bournemouth Pool area, please
Yeah.
contact us.
Yeah, give us a shout, and we'll see what we can do about getting you some Chimera. Yeah, so lots going on up this way, which has been good.
Any painting for you?
No, I've painted Colossal 1 miniature this month. So
Not a colossal miniature.
and it's not even a Colossal. No, my Gargantuan is sat there looking sad.
Still awaiting your Dust Colossal.
Yes, yeah, they'll ship.
Not waiting for it to come out anymore, but waiting for it to arrive.
Yeah,
Phantasm. Couldn't think of the name for a second.
my Phantasm is will be on its way soon. And then, in theory, or probably by the time this goes live on YouTube, you'll be able to order Aberration and Nostella.
Nice.
The update is in the app, but there's a problem with the codes at the moment, which in theory they're fixing. So get that order in soon.
Fingers crossed for all you guys.
Yeah.
I'm not too fussed about that. I don't have any armies that I'd run it in, so I've still got the monthly subscription, hoping they'll do a new, cooler model that fits my armies better next time.
Yeah, I think you'll probably see it maybe January time. I reckon we'll see the next one. So that will be very cool.
I've also played a couple of games. I played a game of Mark III in which Horgel died before he left his deployment zone against Rias. That was fun.
No.
And I played my Gravedigger's Kane against Lilith 3 in Ravens of War. And I failed spectacularly to assassinate her. I had 3 command cards in my hand, and I left her on 1 box, and I could have used either military engineering to keep Kane alive with dig in so she can assassinate him back, or I could have used Lucky Penny for an extra focus and just boosted one of the damage rolls, or I could have used a light airdrop to get an ammo crate and guarantee that last 2 damage. Just didn't do any of that.
Just completely forgot.
And died instead. So
yeah, in my game against Chimera, I completely forgot that I'd landed Curse of Shadows the turn before on his caster, and
I think you did that in our game as well.
yeah, left him on 1 hitbox, except It should
Would
have
have
been
been
on
like
about
-7 instead.
-12 because
Yeah.
of shadows, but there we go. That's what I get. But I did remember Prey every time that game, so
Awesome.
I'm getting there. Very slowly remembering to factor all these things in.
Yeah.
Hey ho. Yeah. What else have we had? We've had the new Kishtar the Conqueror mini crate model.
That looks awesome.
Yeah, she does look super cool with the more faces carved into the armor, much like the classic Orgoth artwork from all the third ed books and things.
Yeah, even just the descriptions of every Orgoth ever in any of the lore. It says every time that they're covered in faces on their armor.
Yeah, she looks really cool. No, I really like that model. I'm actually sorely tempted to get that one. But we'll see how my pocket money fares. Unfortunately, I'm paying for people to build me a new house, so there's not a lot of toy soldier money at the moment.
I've got a baby due in 4 weeks, so same situation really.
Yeah. So we'll see if anyone wants to donate one to me. Yeah, feel free. It's time to mention the Patreon, right? Mention that we're all broke.
Go ahead.
Yeah. Cool. Right. Should we talk Old Umbrey?
Yeah, we can do. Have we had any news from Siege Forge? The app update was just a few clarifications this week, wasn't it?
Yeah,
so short story for Sarafel.
Got the short story for Sarafel with set in Ord, which is interesting. I quite enjoyed that story. I have to say, I read it straight away even before we tried the first time to record because it's not been going well.
I tried between the first and second times, but I only got about halfway through. So
yeah. And yeah, with some extra wording added to the shifting rules, invoke the beast, just to say that if you've already acted, you lose your action on the model that you shift into.
Yeah, it said it on the shapeshifter rule, but it didn't say if you force that change with your own models, so you could run stuff up and then.
So taking away the charge in with someone, do all your damage, then invoke the beast to turn them into a werewolf, and then acting again. So yeah,
none of that.
Needed closing quickly, didn't it? So
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I've written a list for each caster for Wintercore. Been pretty excited about them this past week. Since we discussed the core expansion, didn't quite manage to get a game in before we recorded. I've put it upstairs ready to go, but haven't played one yet. Which list do you want to start with?
Right, let's start with Bodan, as he's at the top. A quick little note, I've got an Infernals list up here, just a thing we noted was that the marked rule obviously appears on Infernals as marked souls. It's slightly different to the marked for summoning shifters, but yeah. Just interesting.
I know it doesn't show because I've shared my code with my list with you, so it's not showing the name of it. But I named this one "If You Bow Down to the Woods Today." He can even bring himself to laugh. Never mind. I'll try harder with the next one. You'll see. Okay, so just before we start getting into the list, I'll kind of give you what I had in mind when I was building them.
Yep.
I've kind of put a couple of racked spells that I might be tempted to use with that caster, but they're not set in stone. It's more of just a reminder of combos and things you can do, or that you might want to bear in mind with this caster. And then also, I've tried to kind of cover all of the models. I think I only left 1 or 2 out across the 4 lists.
Yeah.
And I've tried to do kind of different builds with each war beasts. To mix it up a bit and kind of show off the strengths and weaknesses of each warcaster a bit more. So yeah, starting with Bodan. The main things I had in mind with this list is obviously his insight spell, which is really powerful. He also has bird's eye, so you can see through forests and clouds with his battle group.
Yep.
That's one to bear in mind. And then I also kind of wanted to build like this bunker for him because he's really fragile, but you need to be up there casting insight, so he needs protecting, and that was something I was trying to bear in mind while I was building the list. Okay, so we've got 2 ferals, a primeval, and the starved as the battle group. The feral setups, the first one has the Drek head, which has a 10-inch spray on it.
Yep.
Spray is just going to be awesome with insight because you're getting +2 to hit and damage. So it goes from Rat 5, power 12 to Rat 7, power 14 before any other buffs or debuffs you apply. So
And
that's really strong.
stun as well.
That's like a... Sorry?
And it's got stun, so leaving people with -2 defense as well. So
Yeah, awesome. That's a really nice rule, like to have that debuff on the spray, which like because you're ignoring like concealment and cover already,
yeah,
and clouds and forests because of bird's eye, and then you can knock the defense down for other things that are going to shoot next, or it doesn't even say shooting; it's for melee as well.
Yeah.
I've gone for the bony spine back on him for the primal animus, so you can with your other beast or this one, although this one's not very melee orientated, you still can pack a punch when it's got primal and insight on it. You're getting a +4/+4 swing, which is crazy. You don't see that in the game often.
Yeah.
+8 to your offensive stats.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
So that's feral number 1. Like I said, I wanted to show off. I didn't want to just like copy and paste the same ones. So we've got different options here. The second one has the Razorback head granting Berserk and a Gore attack at power 15. And the main back, which gives Massacre, which is the animus that lets you overtake. And it also has hyper aggressive. Yeah. So this one, like you can Berserk and overtake. Obviously, everyone knows that you can hop through units and kill a botload of models. And when you're mat 8 and power 17, it's a lot easier to do that. So that's a really good place. I know Mike was excited to play this beast with Berserk and overtake. He loves that combo.
Yeah,
but yeah, I think Bodan's one of the nicest places for it.
It's good, especially under insight. And then if your other feral puts primal on it, it's hitting power 19.
Always. Accuracy is often the thing that falls down Berserk overtake chain.
Yeah.
If you just miss one, you stop dead, don't you? So.
But it's under one of those buffs, it's mat 8. Under both of them, mat 10. So it's probably not missing.
And if you spray them with the other guy, you can get to mat 12.
Yeah. So suddenly those the high defense skew lists that are out there don't feel quite so difficult to hit.
Yeah, and these are just the quote light war beasts.
Yeah, they're all heavies.
Yeah, it's got to be heavies because they're Kador, right?
Yeah.
40 mil base heavies.
So.
Oh, they actually are 50s.
They are 50s.
I thought they were 40s for some reason.
No, they're 50 mil.
Okay then. Next up we've got a Primeval. He's got the Stag head, which is there to keep Bodan safe. Like I said, like you want to build this bunker. It gives the Undergrowth Animus, which is a 5-inch area of rough terrain, and another -2 defense if you need that. So you kind of want to plonk him in front of Bodan after he's activated and incited, maybe feated, and then your opponent has to work to get to him that little bit harder. I've gone for the Throne Spear right arm because I feel like all those like PAL buffs that we just mentioned, Primal and Insight, and the fact that the Primeval can give itself +2 damage as well once it has 5 corpses.
Yeah.
If you went for the Bone Sword, which is the high PAL weapon, you'd be at PAL 24, and it's kind of just excessive. But this way you have 2 critical smite, which will also get all these buffs, apart from, not Primal, but Insight and the -2 defense that we just mentioned.
Yeah. And it's
So you can,
handy because obviously where you're keeping this guy back to look after Bodan, then he can still contribute from, because it's a 10-inch range on it as well, so got the same range as
yeah, it's really nice. And also, there's not many other shooting attacks in this list, so I just wanted to have some in there.
Yeah,
We've got the spray and this thrown spear. And then his left arm, he's gone for the enchanted shield, which is just, like I said, you want to build like a kind of bunker and protect Bodan.
Yeah.
So
keeps him tougher and allows you to power up the shifted and the lupines in the left.
Yeah. We do have a couple of those as well. So, last battle group member is the Starved, and he's kind of the core of this bunker that I'm trying to build. He has his little body snatcher rules that he can use. One of them gives him gnawing pain, which is the 8-inch bubble around him where the enemies suffer -2 to melee damage rolls.
Yeah.
So, along with the shield and, Pathfinder, what is it called? Rough terrain.
The rough terrain thing.
Yeah, you're just kind of putting things in the way so that your opponent can't get to Bodan because he's the weak link in your list. They also come with Sacred Ward, the Starved and the Primeval.
Yeah,
which is nice. You can't debuff them to reduce their defenses.
Yeah.
And also this can't be stripped with blessed weapons or dispels.
Because it's just an
we know
it's not actually a spell, so you can't.
It's not a spell. Moving my camera, sorry. The Starves is just a solid beast as well. We covered him in the last episode.
Yeah.
He has power 18 on his melee weapons, so if you do need that hard hitter, he's going to be it.
And he's got the starve ability as well, so if you got your opponent's got something big and threatening that looks like he can get to bow down, can bite it, take away either its move or its combat action.
Yeah.
Suddenly that castle doesn't look so dangerous.
Yeah. And then I mentioned this in the previous episode as well, but I really like the combo of the Starved with Zacchaeus.
Yeah.
Where you can combine that ability, the annoying pain, with this Breathtaker ability on Zacchaeus, which is a 5-inch aura of -2 defense and -2 to your melee damage rolls.
Yeah.
So you're giving yourself a +4 swing and your opponent a -4 swing. And you just stand them somewhere around Bodan and everything that tries to attack them or your Warcaster are going to struggle.
Hopefully misses and does nothing.
Yeah. He's also got this really nice ability, Winter Storm, which strips Pathfinder, Eye of Sight, and Flight. So you're forcing them to trudge through that 5-inch rough terrain area.
Yeah, suddenly they're definitely losing that speed. And because he's speed 9 with reposition 3, he can walk 12 inches in a turn and be exactly where you need him to be. So
yeah, definitely. He's also got a spray that can crit stationary stuff, which it's not going to hurt.
And he can crit stationary with both of his attacks as well. So
yeah, you can charge in, attack, kill something, do the Battle Wizard to get your spell of choice off, and then reposition 5 back. So
3, sir.
I was only 3. Oh yeah, sorry. Usually it's 5 when you're speed 9, but never mind. Sorry, 3 inches. Moving on, we've got 2 Animists.
Mm-hmm.
They're just the support solos that give you
hand out corpses,
either corpses,
hand out craft talismans.
Yeah, they can turn your shapeshifters into werewolves when you need them to. You can heal your models, which is important when you're building a brick list like this.
Mm-hmm.
If you're reducing all that damage that's coming in, your stuff's probably going to survive, and then you can top them back up for next turn. These are pretty essential in this list, I think. I know we mentioned they're pretty auto-include generally, but some of the lists I only bought 1, but this one definitely wants 2 of them.
Yeah.
So Bodan also has a spell that gives a cloud, and they have Prowl, as does Zacchaeus, I believe.
Yeah. Zacchaeus
no, he does
not.
Okay, never mind.
But
Okay, so moving on from there, we've got 2 lupine shifted and 1 lupine apex, and these are like they're pretty solid and they're pretty decent damage dealers as it is. But once you put insight on them, they can really tear through stuff. And also, because you want to protect Bowdown, as we keep saying, you can stand your resilient wardens in front of him or in your opponent's way to wherever they're trying to get to. And then once they do kill them, you can pop the walls up.
It's kind of a lovely little thing, as you say, playing on the defensive with them. Oh, I've moved that key model out of the way. I've removed your liegeman. Well, now it's a werewolf with dodge and sidestep.
It's kind of nice. We've got Veroni in the list. Also, the one with Killing Spree, the Lupine Apex. Killing Spree, when you've got +2/+2, really helps, as we said, with the Feral earlier.
Yeah.
With the Berserk Overtake, Killing Spree is a really similar ability to those two combined.
That's it. And then it's, Mat 9, power 17. It's pretty good.
I also wanted to keep in mind that because you're moving the whole army together as like a sort of brick and you're pushing up in your opponent's face to apply that insight to everything, I imagine that when you're playing, you're going to open up assassination potential for yourself because you're pushing hard into their army. You're going to open up lines, and these walls can jump. The Apex gives the jump ability to the shifted as well.
Yeah.
So you can hop over those lines and get unexpected assassinations.
Yeah.
We've got the Chosen of the Witch in here as well. Oh, sorry, we missed a solo there. Veroni, who's also included in every list. He's the only model, I think, which I've definitely included in each one.
Yeah. I think you've got Liegeman.
He's just the first thing you add.
But that's...
you are pretty limited by units at the moment until we get the auxiliary expansion.
Yeah.
But Veroni is able to transfer corpses to the Primeval and the Starved to get their abilities going. With the Animist, you can sack a couple of your Liegemen, load up Veroni with corpses, and get your Primeval to 5 corpses before closing the lines so that you get the +2 damage and the other abilities.
Yeah. And
he's...
nice one here is he's got I found one, so he can give someone who doesn't have a corpse token, and then at any point he can give his corpse tokens to someone else. So he does the I found one to give them to himself, and then gives them all to someone else. So he can do that every turn. You're always going to be within 3 of yourself, so you essentially can give it to someone within 5, even if
it's really important that he can do that though, because the Animist can only give corpses to warrior models, so they can't directly load up the war beasts.
Yeah,
but they can pick Veroni as the warrior model. They give their corpses to before he activates.
Yeah.
Then he finds one, passes that corpse and all the ones he's already holding to the war beast.
Yeah,
so it's essential to have him in there. Really, he's actually really nice, as you might expect with Bowdown, as he's the caster that he's Bowdowns. He's like bonded with him in the background, isn't he? So he's got this ancient shroud ability that the hermit used to have, where you only take 1 damage per attack that you suffer. And then when it comes to Bowdown's feat, you can pass off 5 attacks to Veroni before he dies.
Does anyone have instead of rolling, you do 3 damage anymore?
No, I haven't heard of that.
Okay.
Where does that come from? You played it in the past?
Yeah, I think some of the Mark III sniper variants did that.
Oh, yeah.
I noticed that it's when a damage roll against this model exceeds its armor, it suffers 1 damage instead of the total roll. But anything that says you could do X damage instead of rolling would still do that much damage.
Yeah, I remember like Alton Ashley, maybe, or the other one, Kel Baylock, and the Ghost Snipers in Rat used to do that for sure.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if they still do.
No, I don't think so. I think everything just does 1 now, but I'm going to have a look in while we're talking. I'm going to look that up and just see if I can find it anywhere. But yeah, that's an interesting thought for getting rid of him. Something to bear in mind.
It's only attacks that get reduced as well, isn't it? So you can still just set him on fire or something.
Well, it's when the damage roll. So anything that you're rolling damage.
Oh, okay.
So.
A damage roll against the smaller. Yeah, sure. And corrosion doesn't help you because that's just still a point.
Yeah, I was going to say that only does a point anyway, doesn't it? So, yeah. Interesting. Right, Chosen of the Witch, which I think are they in all of these lists?
No, only 2, I think. 2 of the 4. They're in here because his feat gives last word, and they've got really powerful attacks, and righteous vengeance, so they can attack 3 times in a turn with him. They have to die to get the 3rd one, but who cares? One of them has blind, which isn't crit or anything, it's just automatic blind, so you can blind someone in your opponent's turn. That's weird. It doesn't actually have to be the model that attacked you either, does it? With last word.
No, it doesn't. Yeah, it's just a move and damage.
I'll just double check that, but yeah, just make 1 basic melee attack, so you can move past the thing that hit you and hit someone else that hasn't activated yet, and they're blinded for their turn. You can't shake it or anything, so that's pretty powerful. Also, you don't have a lot of options for units right now. Sorry?
Blind can be shaken.
Yeah, but not after your maintenance phase.
Yeah.
When you're activating.
Yeah.
Then we've got Legion and Wardens with a Primalist.
Mm-hmm.
So the Primalist is in there he helps them with their bunker. You can give them +2 defense with the Tree Walker, or you can give them stealth. But also he can turn on their offensive abilities with the +2 damage with Brutal Charge, which obviously stacks with Insight and Curse of Shadows and anything else you want to add.
Yeah.
So you can hit pretty hard with those. We've got Shearlings in here for non-feat turns, keeping Bodan alive.
Yep.
In a similar way, you can pass off attacks to them. And then guidance on that Primeval that has the spear if you need it. Just a good support model, really.
Yeah.
The shapeshifters get +2 to attack, to charge distance against living models near him.
Yeah.
So you can open up those assassinations again.
Yeah,
and then we've got the hounds.
Them being speed 8 with jump means you're getting wherever you need to go, really, don't you?
Yeah, definitely. And then the hounds are the final edition with Insight. They just have crazy damage output.
Yeah. I mean, armor piercing 6 for that carbine is very meh, but armor piercing 8 is a whole different kettle of badgers.
Yeah, you can also apply Curse of Shadows, which it comes in after the armor's halved as well.
Yeah.
So that's really nice. It's like an extra +4. Is it? No, I think it's just an extra 2 still. But the chain gun guy, what's he called? Assault Cannon Scrobbola. His one with Volume Fire in addition to Insight. Becomes power 16 with D3 +1 attacks. Yeah, and that's pretty scary. It's going to knock out Warbeasts, Warjacks on its own, really.
Yeah,
and then power 10 blast on the grenade launcher is also nice.
Yeah, because obviously, the blast damage just gets the straight +2, doesn't it, as well? So
yeah,
that's deleting units of 3 dudes relatively well.
And all 3 of them together could probably take out a heavy, I think.
Yeah,
with Insight up. They're also kind of nice for his feet as well as like Sackpawn type. It's not Sackpawn, it's Grim Returns, but because they have tough no knockdown while they're in shield wall, so they can stand in front of him, blocking line of sight, and take hits for him. And if they tough, they get to do it again. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, nice.
I've got 5 command cards in here, which are pretty standard for most of the lists. I've only adjusted it a couple of times, but I have my go-tos. I know you're not, as a Dust player, taking Blessing of the Gods a lot.
Yeah, I saw a whole load of conversation on, I want to say it was Reddit, about Blessing of the Gods, and basically that being an auto-include for a lot of lists. And then I was kind of like looking at it thinking, well, not for Dusk, no, but then I play almost all ghosts most of the time.
Yeah, so it's all Bless and multiple ways to dispel with the snipers and
so I don't run it as often as everyone else does. I think when I start running Dark Operations, I'll probably start running it a bit more. But even then,
I think I've taken it in every Kader and Signal list I've run. So
yeah, it's a solid card. I definitely understand why you would take it. Just outside of Dusk, it's a lot more common.
Yeah, for sure. I've got Breakthrough on here just to open up those assassination potential, like we said.
Mm.
You kind of actually want your opponent to come running into you when you've got Insight, because you catch more of them in
because they've got to be in that bubble, haven't they? So because it's not
only a 10-inch bubble from Bodan.
It's the enemy model has to be within 10 inches of Bodan.
Otherwise, he would be insane. You just play a gunline with him and break everything.
Yeah.
We've got Hit and Run, Lucky Penny, and Old Faithful for the others, which they're just my go-tos from playing Kader and Gravediggers so far.
Glad they changed Old Faithful to cohort model, not Warjack.
Yes, I did check before that it wasn't.
Yeah, no, they definitely changed that in January.
Construct.
All right.
Yeah. So that's actually really useful with this. Like I said about the Animus just getting healed because you're trying to tank damage as it is.
Yeah.
Awesome. What do you rate my list, Mazz?
I rate it 2 goats out of a possible 4. So.
Awesome.
No, that's a good list. I like both of the ferals are nice. They both got their own job. The Primeval's doing his thing. The thing is, it's a lot of points dumped into keeping Bodan alive, but he kind of needs that because he is a straight up old man with a stick. So he's.
I do think that all the stuff that's there keeping him alive is also doing work while it's doing that. Like I said, the hounds have really good damage output, can also protect him.
Yeah.
Yeah,
no, definitely. And I think what it is you form a bunker and then you attrition your opponent down with this because you're putting out reasonable amounts of damage. You can pick off their support pieces, and the more they try and break you, the more scary things you put on the board. So, yeah,
that's true.
It's a solid list. I like it.
Awesome. Any changes that you would make there?
I don't think so, to be honest. The reasons for putting the Chosen of the Witch in, I understand. I like the goats because I think they're adorable, so I try and put more of them in lists, but not for any logical reason.
I had to add them to at least one list for you.
Yeah, and Zacchaeus being in there, any excuse to get an angry looking dude on a rabbit going on. So
I generally think he's really good with these combos. I think with him and Maxim, who are built a similar way, where you want to kind of build a big brick.
Yeah. Oh yeah,
I think that -4 to damage rolls incoming is really nice. Yeah. The only bad thing is that Zacchaeus just gets shot.
Yeah.
So,
he's on a large base, so he's a little harder to hide, isn't he? So,
yeah.
Whereas Bodan obviously is on a 30mm base, so he's easier to hide.
Yeah, you can pop a cloud in front of him. I think that's why I thought he had Proud. I was thinking, while building the list, the cloud can sit in front of Zacchaeus. Alright, which one do you want to cover next?
So let's do Galena.
Galena, awesome. This is the one I was going to play today if we weren't recording.
Yeah.
Since I got her printed up. Looking awesome.
Yeah. It's such a nice sculpt. I'm looking forward to getting my hands on my one. So,
I was trying so hard to resist getting into Old Umbrey, and now once they released that Extreme Galena, I was like, okay, I'll get one.
Done. Sold.
And then I'm like, I already have Yana and Zahara, Vilkul, and the Hounds and everything. So, speaking of those, they're in this list.
Woo.
Okay, so for Galena, we've got... I put Surefoot in here because her feet gives +2 defense, and Windstorm because you don't want to get shot back while you're shooting your opponent.
Yeah.
But definitely have some options and alternative spells you could put in there. I think Surefoot's going to come up a lot with her because you are skewing defense with this list. And also because her feet is a defense skew, you don't have to go for all the shooting just because you have Pincushion.
Yeah.
You can go for
You kind of lent
melee
into
based army.
Pincushion quite a bit on this one, I think, haven't you?
I definitely have, yeah. I think it's an awesome spell playing Legion of Everblight in previous edition. Lilith has this one. So yeah, it's pretty nice. Her battle group, I've gone for Strix, who doesn't have any ranged weapons, and 2 Primevals. First one having a Raven head, which gives it true sight, as you might find obvious when you're going for a shoot and focus. He's got the Hunting Spear right arm, as we covered before, with additional die on attack and damage, and crit smite. You have to drop the lowest, but I still think it slightly increases your crit chance, especially if you boost on top.
Yeah, I was just looking at it and thinking it's a shame it's discard the lowest and not discard one of your choice.
Yeah.
So you could activate the critical more often, but you're still more likely to get criticals, I think. I don't know what the maths is on it. If anyone wants to do the maths, put it in the comments.
Yeah, sure. And then for the left arm, I've gone for the Rune Skull, because you need to apply your Pincushion somehow, and you don't want Galena to stand at the front of your army.
What?
And she doesn't have Witch Mark or anything like that, like Kane, so...
Yeah. You could animist it and give a craft talisman to give it +2, but then that works even through channeling, doesn't it?
I'm not sure. It doesn't actually say that it doesn't on that one, does it? Most abilities that say they increase the range say
and
no.
it is the point of origin. Yeah, never mind. Never mind, you can't channel that. So, but it does, it makes it range 12, which is actually a relatively safe range to be doing stuff like that from.
Interestingly, though, you could craft Talisman of Warbeast with Geomancy, because they are the origin at that point, but you can't Geomance Pincushion because it's an upkeep.
Because it's an upkeep, yeah. Yeah, in fact, you can't Geomancy any of her spells.
No, you'd have to rack one.
Yeah.
Which I think is viable with her as well, but they're not ranged attacks, so Pincushion doesn't work. It would be an arcane attack. So sadly, no. The Rune Skull does give you a ranged attack as well, which is power 12 with beat back, which is okay. It's nice to have there.
Yeah, it just gets people further away from you, doesn't it? I mean, you've got essentially 3 ranged attacks on that Primeval. Are they both the same? They're not both the same, are they?
No, not quite. If you give this one the 5 corpses with Veroni and the Animus, which we also have 2 of in this list, these range attacks got up to power 17, 17 and 14 as well.
Yeah.
So and then Pincushion on top, you're pushing those numbers up a little bit. Like the average just goes up by 2 or something, 2.5.
Yeah, it's pretty solid. So.
Yeah, and you could also rack Curse of Shadows if you wanted, since you've got a channeler.
Yeah.
That's definitely an option for her, actually. The second Primeval has the bear head.
Yeah.
He's not wearing a hat or anything. He has the head of the bear creature. That gives you Earth's Blessing. This is because I was worried about Galena having her defense stripped when that's her main method of survival. So you make her immune to knockdown and stationary. Also, the beast itself can use this on her feet turn when it goes up to defense 15.
Yeah.
So it's definitely needs to be in the list, I think. He's also got the Hunting Spear, as we just covered with the other one, but this one's got a shield, so he's a bit tougher, and he can curse things for your shapeshifters, of which we have a lot in this list.
Yep.
So yeah, he's slightly more tanky. It's a shame you can't have the channeling one as the tanky one.
Yeah.
Strix is there because he's defense 14, and Galena's rifle gives you +2 range on charges. We both got excited about how far Strix can threaten.
Yeah, he's glorious, long range, screaming fury, flying owlbear thing just appearing out of left field and taking someone down.
And then probably the best synergy between Strix and Galena is that she has Shadow Pack, and he has Sprint. He or she, Strix, it has Sprint and Admonition, so you can't deal with it. If you can't see it from more than 5 inches away, and you have to be within 6, once you come within 6, you trigger Admonition, so you can't strip off or make it knock down or stationary unless you like spray through something else. Or actually, you can spray through stuff.
You can ignore stealth with the spray, but yeah, if it's stealth and then you need to get in range to shoot it, you've got to move to 2 inches away from it. At which point, then Strix admonitions forward to stop you using a ranged attack.
You can also rack Windstorm to decrease the range of the ranged attacks, so they can't spray from outside the admonition trigger area.
Yes, because you can up and down the range of sprays now as well. So that's
I think Galena and Strix are best buds, even though he has no ranged weapons.
Yeah, I think that's really a nice little combo, and I'm intrigued to see how that's going to play out. But
it's going to be super frustrating for playing against it.
Yeah,
I think Strix was bad enough already, just trying to pin it down and catch it. But with stealth on it, even worse.
Mm.
Moving on to solos, we've got 2 animists, as mentioned, because we've got the 2 primevals in this list that you definitely need to stack up those corpses on.
Yep.
Also, we've got a bit of assassination potential with this, so the Divine Inspiration could be quite nice. Stick it on Strix for the assassination run and let him go. That's what it's called, isn't it? Divine Inspiration. Yeah. That's basically the pincushion effect again. You get an extra die on attack and damage rolls and drop the lowest, which I'm now realising you can stack with pincushion.
No, this one's on Divine Inspiration's only on melee, and pincushion's only on ranged.
Oh, okay. There you go then. So this one's for Strix.
This one's for Strix.
It does work on War Beast, doesn't
it? Yeah. Living faction model, yeah.
Awesome. Yeah.
So.
Next up in solos, we've got Zahara Vilkul, because she's super high defense.
16, the standard.
Yeah, so up to 18 with the feet. You can sure fit her, so she's defense 20, no knockdown.
Yeah.
That's pretty survivable. You want shooting with Galena with the pincushion because it just hits the target. It's not her battle group or anything. Yeah. So Razor he's got the most powerful gun in this list. Power 16, momentum, reload, and siege weapon if you happen to hit a huge base. Sorry.
Yeah.
So that's really powerful with pincushion on it. He's also got 2 grenade launchers which strip stealth.
Yes.
Which is really important for the rest of the list. So he's kind of essential if you want to play a gun line for that. And then he's also got the highest power melee in the list. So it's a really good place for him, actually. I know we were a bit down on Zahara and Razor in our initial Old Umbrey episode, but it seems to fit here really nicely.
Here is definitely a sweet spot for him.
Yeah.
Yeah. I really like the options in this. And these is a good solid jack as well. It puts out a lot of damage. So
yeah, for sure. The fact that his shield is the power 18 melee weapon as well, like often you have to give up that if you want a gun and a shield.
It's a bit nuts, isn't it? That all the other shields are like power 10 or 12 or something, and it's just like power 18 because it's got a chainsaw in the middle of it. Why wouldn't you? Yeah. I feel like they work really nicely in here. We got the hounds again because, as with Insight on Bodan, up in their ranged output is really nice. I know we struggled to find a place they would fit in our first episode as well, but when you're starting to write lists, looking for like what shootings we have here, and then the hounds, there's auto cannon with additional die on attack and damage sounds really nice. yeah, that's pretty solid.
We didn't put the jackal in here. I know Robin gave us feedback that he'd like to see it in this list. I think it's an option for sure.
Yeah, I think I'd probably... I don't know whether I'd lose the primal list and one of the shifted for it. Because the problem is if you lose one of the units of wardens for the jackal, you lose...
Yeah. You've got 4 shifted in the list, so you need somewhere to bring them out, and you're going to turn some of these wardens into corpses for your jacks. Beasts. So having 2 animus in this list when you have 4 shifted as well to force those invoke the beasts.
Yeah.
So that's an extra reason why you want 2 animists as well. So yeah, we do have 4 lupine shifted. And the reason we went for those over an apex and 2, or 2 apexes or anything like that, is because these ones have dodge, and her feat gives you +2 defense, so they're just going to be obnoxiously annoying at defense 16 with dodge.
Yeah.
Another reason you want the wardens is because they have gang fighter with them, so you can actually crank up their damage a little bit without any input from Galena.
Yeah. Yeah. No.
Yeah.
That's pretty nice on those. They're gonna deal with any enemy solos and things and go in and get key pieces. Obviously, they don't have the jump without the apex, but I don't know.
Can you imagine you've got 2 objectives you need to secure from this army, and there's a unit of wardens sat on each, and Galena's feated, and they've put up their only one unit can do this, but the Primus give them Tree Walker.
Yeah.
So they're sat at defense 16, armor 16. You charge in, you manage to kill one somehow. You've rolled a 10 on your dice or whatever.
Turns into a shift.
And then it just turns into a lupine shifted, and you've got another defense 16 thing, except this one has dodge.
Shifting this, it's those.
You could sure for the wardens as well, to be fair.
Yeah, they're going to be great defensive tools for this army. You've got a lot of hit and run power in the beasts, and then the solid wall of meat of the wardens. Good.
Yeah. And then the final thing in the list is Veroni, which, as we said, is kind of what I include for stacking up your primevals, and there's 2 in this list, so you can need all those corpses.
Yeah, you're going to want to be.
And then he's just a really solid scenario piece as well.
Yeah. And then you put the defenses card in this one as well.
We've got defenses with 3 barriers, and we've also got put the fires out, because one of the main ways to get around high defense is to stationary or knock down things, and you just need to be able to counter that.
Yeah.
I think this is the list that I'm happiest with out of the bunch. It seems to all fit and synergize well to me.
Yeah, no, I like it. It's a good, solid list. I say I'd consider taking the primalist and one of the shifted out to get the Jackal. He's 4 points, isn't he? So.
Yeah, he is, sadly.
Yeah.
Not that there's anything that you could drop for 3 points either. But.
No. But yeah, that would be my only temptation, because I think he's just really solid in the list with the under pincushion with the jack busting rocket launcher. He's going to put a lot of work in.
Yeah, you could drop Zahara and get like another ranged beast or something like that, and the Jackal in there for those points. But.
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting one. I think I'd like to see both play, but we'll see how we go. Yeah.
So, do you give my list a Galena or a Lycia? Alright, enough with the dad jokes. Oh no, there's another one coming. Which list are we covering next?
Let's do Aslanov next.
Okay, so this list is called The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardens.
I'm just gonna let myself out.
Okay, so this one plays kind of similar to Bodan, except it's a lot more melee focused. And I guess a little bit more
melee focused than
we've got
list that only have one ranged weapon.
Yeah. This one has any? Does it have any? I don't think it does.
Yes, you've got a thrown spear as well. You've gone thrown spear every time on the primevals.
Oh, okay, yeah. I think it's just because the bone sword is kind of overkill. Like, you can crack armor with most of the stuff already.
The word overkill is made up of 2 parts, the second of which is the only one that's important.
Alright, let's get into it. I've gone for Racking Curse of Shadows because I haven't got a bone sword on the primeval. That's why. And Lash and Tendrils is really important with this list, actually, so you're probably going to see it. Like I said, with Galena always wanting Surefoot, you're probably always going to want this with him, because you have so much gang fighter in the list. You want your infantry to tag as many models as you can, so that your beasts and your shifted get the extra +2/+2.
Yeah.
So you're kind of getting insight into the list for a different way. It's just a lot more conditional when you have to engage stuff with warriors.
That's the thing with Maxim. So he's got Field Marshal Gang Fighter, so his battle group are getting Gang Fighter, and then Supreme Call as well. So you can run a little bit hotter, and then just take those Fury points off. So he can run the bigger battle group, and then the Apex or the Shifters get it on any friendly faction warrior model is there.
Yeah, it's all on warrior models.
It's all on warrior models. So
yeah,
you need to commit lots. Well, the Shifted will trigger it on each other.
Yeah,
and
or the Warden unit they just popped out of.
Yeah. And then the beasts can trigger it. You can then position them with the jump and everything to make sure you're triggering it on your
trigger it for the other guys.
Jacks, Jacks, beasts.
So in some ways this is more restrictive than with Bodan's Insight, but in some ways it's I guess it's safer for your Warcaster or Warlock, sorry.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just a lot more conditional to get those buffs out.
Yeah.
Okay, so with the list you've got Feral. This one has the Periton head, which gives you Blood Quenched, which I actually think is really nice. You get +1 power and +1 armor. I think Fenris had this, and maybe one of the Vlads as well. Vlad 3, I think. So it's a very Khador rule. But it would be nice if you could take this with the Overtaken Killing Spree, but you can't have all of it, sadly, on one beast, because then there's no cap on it. You could just keep going, +1 armor, +1 armor, +1 strength. Melee damage.
I mean, you're on a Fury 3 beast, so I think we were saying before, you're probably going to be able to get +2, maybe +3 on it, depending on how much you can get in range. You've got the range 2 Gore on there.
I think that's the reason I took this, because the range 2 helps with the Gang Fighter. I know he's not the one triggering it, but you're going to reach more things, so you don't have to be as finicky with your positioning.
Yeah.
And then for his back, I've gone for the Quills, which gives him an extra armor, so it kind of stacks with that Blood Quench ability. And also Maxim kind of likes having the extra armor from Spiny Growth Animus.
Yeah.
So this guy starts at 16. You get +1 stat adjustment from the Quills, +2 from Spiny Growth, and then you can stack a bunch more with the Periton Blood Quenched.
Yeah, so you can easily be you'd be 19, and then it's
upwards from
fairly
there,
feasible to get 2 more out of the Blood Quenched. You've got 3 basic attacks, so 2 I don't think is an unreasonable average, so you're looking at armor 21 then.
Yeah, and that's on a 9-point beast. It's pretty tasty.
It's pretty solid.
We've got a Primeval in here with the bear head. Again, I won't make the same joke. But again, I think it's just because it was the cheapest one. But Maxim obviously would like being immune to stationary and knockdown as well.
Yeah.
And then he has the Hunting Spear and Enchanted Shield. I feel like that's probably my go-to build for these.
Yeah.
Maybe you change the head. I don't know though. The Stag Head's more expensive, but it's probably a better fit generally. So the Bear Head's probably the just go-to one if you don't need the True Sight and Spirit Blade Animus. But I think that's just a kind of workhorse beast. When you've got so many hit and damage fixes, I feel like Power 15's it's basically Power 17 as well on the spear, because you can stack up the corpses, as we've covered a few times.
And you can throw the curse out to buff the shapeshifters as well. So
yeah, that's pretty important too.
Yep.
Then we've got Strix in here and the Starved. And the Starved is really important because we also have Zacchaeus to build that same sort of -4 damage bunker area.
Yeah. Because Maxim wants to play quite far forward anyway. So
he does on his feet turn for sure. Yeah. The rest of the time he doesn't really need to, although he is pretty powerful, so you can.
Yeah. He's got the jump, which is essentially a charge for him as well, so he can get into the key positions. And obviously, he will then trigger.
He's power 16 with Gang Fighter, so power 18 basically starting off. you can make him kind of tanky as well with the anime. And his battle plans are pretty short range as well, so you kind of need to be there.
Yeah,
they're not actually. This is control for one of them. One of them's range 5, and the other one's within 10. So it's only battle formation you need to be up there for.
Yeah,
but that's probably
just I figured that for a lot of the time it's going to be soothing call. You're going to be running just because you want to charge those beasts up and be getting involved.
Yeah, I mean, we didn't take Primal Animus in this list, so you probably will need to manage all your Fury. Like, there's a lot of times where you're just going to Primal something and accept that it's going to Frenzy or die, so...
Yeah.
But I haven't put that in here, so we're going with it. Also, Strix can give him Lightning Strike, so he can one-up, pounce, get his boosted damage roll with the power 18, and then scoot backwards afterwards.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know you mentioned that Strix and the Starved were a bit overkill, but I've put both of them in 2 lists now.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you know, they're also awesome models as well, so I don't really see a particular issue with it. Yeah. Just, I don't know whether it's a lot of points to sink, but then when you look at it, the Primevals are 15 points with the build you're using,
most of the Primeval builds I've used is 15, and the Starved and Strix are 15, 16, so
yeah, they're not phenomenally expensive, so...
we've got one Animist in this list. I would really like to have another one, but I didn't know what I could drop.
Yeah.
Maybe one of the 2 Apex.
Drop it down to a normal shifted and then put another Animist in, maybe.
I would probably actually take it out and put in a second Primalist, because they work really well with the battle plans, stacking with their own abilities.
Yeah.
Specifically with Maxim. But yeah, there's kind of options in this list. I think I actually did build it that way to start with, and then changed it.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't want to be without an Animist at all. So yeah, we've got 2 Lupine Apexes, because Gang Fighter, when you've bought a lot of infantry, because that's how Maxim wants to play, it's really nice. 2 shifted as well.
I think this list is definitely going to be one that when another unit of Liegemen comes out with a ranged weapon, probably swap one of them out for it as well.
Potentially, yeah. I feel definitely with Galena you would do that.
I suppose, yeah.
I feel
trigger the game.
The Wardens probably have the most synergy with Maxim. I guess that's why in the box together. But yeah, the buffs that the Primalist gives you, like Brutal Charge or Tree Walker, stack really nicely with his effects. So
yeah,
I think you do really like them together. We've got the Chosen of the Witch in here again.
Yep.
I think it's just because you want a solid unit. All the units work very well with him, and then 2
of these have got the longer melee range as well. So
yeah, you can trigger the Gang Fighter again.
Yeah.
Warrior models also get +2 speed when they charge in his control range on his feet turn.
So making them speed 9. They're just pretty powerhousey guys. I mean, it's an expensive unit, but you know,
I think maybe you could drop them and add in something else in future. Maybe some cavalry if we got some.
I mean, we've seen the picture. We've speculated. There's a guy riding a bear and someone riding a wolf in the picture, isn't in the artwork, isn't there?
I feel like this is the place you're going to want them most. Yeah. Maybe with Maxim. Because you can boost with warrior models with his. Oh, that's the other awesome thing about the Chosen the Witch. They can boost.
Yeah.
One of them's got crit decapitation, so you can use arcane power to boost that. They already have divine inspiration as well, so you're rolling 4 dice, dropping 1.
Yeah. Yeah,
they're going to be pretty high power. They're all power 15, aren't they?
Yeah, all 15.
Yeah. So. And then to run out the list, we have 2 units of Wardens that we've already mentioned, and the Primalist on one of them, although I'd like it to. And then, of course, the auto-include Veroni.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think this is a list that I'd like to play. I think how it works in my mind might not translate onto the table very well. I feel like it's kind of like more battle lines drawn, and like your shield wall, although none of them have that rule, but like battle lines clashing kind of thing, and then the beasts come in second wave to mop up and destroy everything.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I think this is a good, solid list. I think Maxim's the caster that I like the most out of them. Not necessarily because he's the best, I just think he's really interesting in the way he works and supports that front line. Yeah, he's a good solid caster, and the model's cool as well, and he nicked a sword off a Nomad, so...
Yeah. I'm really interested to play him as well. I don't know if I mentioned Revive as well, so you can keep your infantry going with this.
Yeah.
I know you liked the idea of casting Revive via Geomancy. I didn't manage to fit that in here, but that's another option you can go for.
Yeah, I just find it funny, especially running... I've been running Moraine with Revive, so when someone kills one of my ghosts, I then put them straight back in the unit because of funeral rites, and that winds people up something proper. So,
I do think there's a little bit of Scornergy with it, where you can't revive anything that turns into a shapeshifter.
Yeah, it's
or
more
if your
really
animist invokes them,
putting the Chosen of the Witch back, isn't it? Because
that's where you're going to get the most value, I think.
That's a very powerful use of Revive. Putting your Liegeman Warden back, great, cool. It's a 4-point unit, so and you get 5 dudes in it. Oh, they're 5-point units, so about a point each. Whereas you're essentially putting back a 3-point solo with the Chosen of the Witch, aren't you?
Yeah, for sure. And it has Righteous Vengeance.
Yeah. So, someone dies, the other 2 move up, slap something, and then you put that one back in again. So
it's kind of nice as well because you've got the Wardens in this list. They can do that already and keep your gang fighter going. Move up and engage things that you need them to before you even start. And then you can maybe charge one of your beasts in, clear that off, and then the Chosen activate, go and kill something else, and then another beast comes in to gang fight what they're now engaging.
Yeah.
So they're a pretty nice fit with him as well, actually.
Yeah. Cool. So on to the last list. Captain Yana.
Captain Yanya. Yanya, yeah, that one. Alright, so we've gone very beast heavy and we've racked just obviously they're open to suggestions and change based on your opponents and your scenario and everything else. But we've got Lashing Tendrils here and Wild Aggression.
Yeah.
Lashing Tendrils is because the way I play Yana is all about threat range and delivering your beasts, getting that alpha strike, So increasing those threat range a little bit helps you a long way with that. And Wild Aggression because you've got a buttload of beasts that appreciate having boosted attack rolls.
Yeah.
And charging for free.
Run, charge, slam, trample, power attacks without being forced. Again, boosted melee attack rolls. So,
yeah, that's really nice.
Yeah, she's going to put that up on turn 1 and...
probably cycle it as well. Lashing Tendrils can also be really nice on herself. She's got 1 2-inch range, but a bunch of 1 inches as well.
Yeah, she's got...
You might also want to rack Surefoot or Inviolable Resolve and put it on herself just to keep her safe.
Yeah. Yeah, then she's got Conferred Rage. So as long as she
that's the main thing with Yana.
Yeah, that's the +2 speed and Mat.
Yeah, it can be with her range weapons you do that.
Yeah.
But the longer the game goes on, the more you can just throw her into combat. You basically actually want to kill all the stuff that can kill Yana first, which all your beasts are there for, and then she can just dominate the table, kill anything really. And she's pretty tanky as well.
Yeah.
If you did want to rack Inviolable Resolve or take Spiny Growth Animus, you can give her +2 armor, getting her up to 22 with her shield.
Yeah.
And she's defense 14, can't be knocked down.
Yeah, so defense 14 is not as high as it used to be, but I remember Mark.
It's still boosting levels if you want to be consistent. Yeah.
Yeah. Defense 14 was a tough spot, but now it seems to be less of an issue.
Yeah.
But she can't be knocked down, she can't be placed, can't be pushed. She can be made stationary, but
Yeah.
otherwise that's about the only way to reduce her defense.
Unless you take Earth's Blessing Animus.
Yes, which I suspect you have.
I think I do, yeah. Let's go through and get to it. So I've basically racked all the beasts into this list that I can fit. We've got 2 ferals, 2 primevals, and both the characters.
Yeah.
And she loves all of them. So we've got the Berserk Feral because it has the highest power weapon on it.
Yeah.
You could also go for the range 2 one because we're looking at threat ranges a lot with Yana. It's because Conferred Rage gives her +2 speed. That's why you want that. Also, that I might actually change that because her feat also gives you cleave and overtake. So having the extra melee range would be really nice for that.
Yeah.
So I might change that Razorback Head to which one is the 2-inch? The Periton?
Yeah. Yeah.
They are the same points, so I think that's a change that I would make. Now I'm looking at it. It's also got Bony Spine, which gives Primal, which you want when you've got a buttload of beasts that you're going to be launching over fences, as you said.
Yeah.
Just like headlong into the enemy, not expecting them to come back. Feral number 2, we've got Guard Dog, which gives you +2 defense against melee attack rolls on your Ballcaster. And it's a PAL 14 attack. It's also kind of thematic because I've also gone for the wings. So you've got the bird head and wings.
Yeah.
But this one's really important because it gives you the Rush Animus. And I've said it twice already that you're going for long threat ranges with Yana.
Yeah.
You can also get Bloodthirst in this list on the prime the Starved.
Yeah.
So he's a speed 6 beast with Rush on him goes to speed 8. With Conferred Rage goes to speed 10. Plus charges 13. You can stick Lash and Tendrils on him for 12. 15. Once his reach is added at the end.
And
And that's without the charge bonus, isn't it?
And Bloodthirst on there, so just becomes an ungodly threat range with a...
Yeah, and he's just a speed 6 walking guy.
Yeah.
You got Strix in here as well, which doesn't have Bloodthirst, but the rest of it still applies. It's very nice.
Yeah, you can basically send any of these beasts and just cross most of the table and get that charge in. The only thing to remember is obviously you can't force once you're outside of control, so Yana's got to be right up the table because she's only got 12-inch control. That's going to be the weak point of this, is making sure she's close enough to whatever you're launching at. Yeah,
so she kind of has to move forwards and then catapult the beast over. So that you're out of control, as you said. I don't think we have anything in this list yet, like Shepherds in Legion or the Druid Wilders in Circle that let you boost while in their little bubble instead of...
I don't think so, no.
That would be nice if they had that somewhere in the future. Yana would love that. So yeah, just the Rush Animus is pretty necessary. I feel like I have most of these beasts just for Animus because she makes such good use of them, which is a huge change from Wintercore where you just have your own spells and you rarely cast them because you're just boosting your attacks instead.
That's the other thing though, is you've only got 6 Fury on her, so once she's cast Rush, upkept Wild Aggression or whatever, you're suddenly looking very light on things to do herself and trigger.
I mean, she doesn't have to cast Rush. It's the Animus that she's going to cast is the ones on herself, which would be Spiny Growth or Earth's Blessing.
Yeah, to be fair, actually, this Animus, the Feral can cast it on something, can't it? So
yeah, he'll probably be like a later wave committed beast.
Yeah,
as he's playing support at the beginning. Okay, so Primeval number 1, we've gone for a Stag Head, which grants Serenity, which is important when you have a lot of beasts.
Yep.
Because he does not have Soothing Song like Maxim. We've got the Undergrowth Animus, which I really like, but is not the main draw in this one. You can protect Yana with it, or just cause general problems for your opponent, reduce defense or whatever.
Be a pain in the ass.
We've got Geomancy here because Yana has Fury Strength, which is now not an upkeep as opposed to Battle Lust, which was before.
Yeah.
So this beast can buff your units, of which we only have 2. it also can cast Spirit Fang, which we talked about quite a lot in our initial Old Umbrey episode. That Yana probably doesn't want to cast herself. She's not that great at casting, but
Would
this can do it.
Geomancy, does that allow you to cast an animus that is then a spell available to your caster?
I don't believe so. No.
Okay.
Let's check the wording, but I've never done that in previous editions playing Circle with all of the Geomancy. Where are we?
Because it says cast one of the spells on the controller's card.
There we go.
Whether animus adds to your... It doesn't add to your cards, does it? So.
No, but then the racked spells do that.
The racked spells do, but...
Yeah, okay,
I
cool.
was just thinking about that would be another way you could get rush off, but yeah.
Yeah, no, I don't think it works. So you can cast Spirit Fang or Fury Strength unless you want to rack Earth's spikes, which you probably don't.
No.
Especially when you already have Spirit Fang. So you've already got a nuke, you're not going to rack another one.
Yeah.
But we did mention that you can slow things down so they can't get towards Yana later, but you don't want to... Like, it's often not going to be the case that you're in range to cast that spell and not still get attacked.
Yeah.
So you can do it via Geomancy if you really need to. And then the final weapon on that one is the Enchanted Claw, because that staff that gives you Geomancy is only power 13. So you need something to hit a bit harder with, which is the power 16 blessed left arm.
Yeah.
So it's still counterable in melee when you
solid
need to.
Open hand, that one, isn't it?
Yeah. I like running direwolves with her with the 2 power 17 weapons. You can get one on each side for super cheap in Windscore. The second primeval has the Stag Head, which is Serenity again. Because we've got 6 heavy war beasts in here, you're going to be casting all these animus, you're going to need to manage your fury somehow. They could do it themselves, basically. It's actually the first time I've played Mark IV with warlocks, and I've grown very used to playing with 3-man units with Empower and not having to worry about any fury or focus management whatsoever.
Yeah, it's definitely, they've become very prevalent, and it's made life very easy, I think, for focus management. I find I have to make a lot less tough choices in Mark IV than Mark III.
And what you said about control area as well, you don't really have to worry about that if you have gun mages near you guy, because they can just power him up anyways, and he can act exactly like he would if he was in control. So it's going to be a bit of a pace change, I think, going back to fury management. But also now you get racked spells as well, which is kind of nice. Sorry, we've finally got a bone sword into a list. There's no hunting spear on this one, Mazz.
There you go.
Because Yana only has a damage buff for warriors, not for beasts. So we're actually taking the power 18 this time.
Yeah.
You can still load them up with bodies and get into power 20.
Yeah.
And we've gone for the Enchanted Claw on this one as well, apparently. I thought maybe I went for a shield on there, but so he's just full on.
Yeah.
All he wants to do is murder stuff.
He is aboard the murder train.
Yeah. There we go. We've got Strix, who is amazing with Yana because she likes extending its threat, and she loves having Lightning Strike as an animus because her whole game plan revolves around killing a model and not dying afterwards.
Yeah.
So when you can back up 7 inches after your conferred rage, you're going to be a lot happier doing that. Or position yourself for where your beast is going to be, as you said.
Yeah.
To keep your control where it needs to
be
be.
in the right place to trigger everything.
Yeah. However, if you want to play a bit more aggressive with Yana, which you can do a bit more later in the game, you can use the Starved Animus Rage Fuel, which is when you get damaged, you get to move and make an attack. So you can actually confer rage in your opponent's turn as well. I think it lasts for a round anyway. So
no, conferred range is only during your activation.
Oh yeah, that's true.
So it wouldn't work, unfortunately. But you can put yourself in the right place to get it.
And you can still use your crit knockdown or crit amputation weapons.
Yeah.
In your opponent's turn. Does it have to be a melee attack?
One basic
melee attack.
Yeah, and you have to go towards your opponent's model. So there's some limitations to it, but it gets you where you want to go.
And as we said earlier, you can increase, because he has Bloodthirst, to start and actually be deceptively speedy with Yana.
Yeah, I mean, at very least, speed 10 is easily achieved with that. 12 on a rush.
12 if you rush him. So.
Yeah.
So it goes 15, 16, 17 with Lash and Tendrils. Yeah. Is that right?
Yeah.
It's far.
It's an inch threat that you can then... You're hitting 2 power 18s.
Yeah, and then biting something and it can't move or attack next turn. Yeah. You have to choose one or the other.
And can you lightning strike? Oh no, you can't. You can't lightning strike it, but then you take the
itself,
hit card, so it then bites and then backs off.
You can definitely do that. You can also start that with overtake on her feet as well.
Yeah.
Provided you hit something else afterwards and overtake off that, because you have to kill the model, don't you?
Yeah.
Just double check that. With Killing Spree and Overtake and everything, so many abilities that almost do the same thing, but each one's different. Overtake, you have to destroy a model, so you'd have to bite something, then kill something else and move away.
Yeah.
So that's the battle group covered. We have one Animist, sadly. I think I just included this Lupine Shifted because you can. And it's kind of like the identity of Old Umbrey. You have shapeshifters, you kind of want to use them. It's there, like with the Gravedigger's airdrops, like your opponent has to be aware of it all the time and think, like, if I kill that, I need to have like another attack there.
And I think that's kind of key. You've got to keep people thinking, because like the airdrops for Gravediggers, I don't think you see any lists that don't take them. So
yeah,
you've always got to be thinking about that.
Definitely the light ones, yeah.
Yeah.
But also, when you get to a point in the game where you've used them both, then your opponent suddenly doesn't have to worry about it anymore.
Yeah.
So if you just have a shifted in your list, at least one, they still have to bear that in mind through all their decision making. So
yeah,
I think it's quite nice to just have at least one in your back pocket. We've got Veroni and the Animist because they're loading up your Starved and your Primevals. And then we've got a unit of Liege Wardens to provide corpses, and the Shifted can jump out of them. It'd be a bit sad if you just had one Animist and one Shifted. They'd just be like, nah, just not kill it.
They take the Liegemen seem to fall the same pile as Soulless Guardians. Of like, they're in the list. They will die. I will turn them into ghosts, or I will... yeah.
Sadly, yeah. And then we have the Chosen of the Witch in there as well, because her feat gives you Overtake and Cleave, and they have really powerful weapons.
Yeah. Yeah, I think they're a good solid choice in a lot of lists, and I think we're going to see them on the table a lot. Yeah. Very cool models as well.
I feel like this will be the most fun of those lists that we've been through to play. Although perhaps not the most competitive, because scenario-wise, you have Veroni in here, which is nice for denial, but you only have like 8 models worth of units. Yeah,
it's not a lot of units to be taking objectives, and they can't contribute when they're set back. This is potentially, if we do get what we suspect is going to be like a crossbow wardens, potentially this list would like that for playing scenario a bit more. But this is
also,
definitely
if we get bear riders
themed,
they're going to be auto-included with the bear lady.
Yeah. Well, then you just sack everything off and just take as many bears as you can.
Yeah, conferred rage. What? Just one war beast. Fill the rest of the list with bear riders.
Yeah, just the primeval with the bear head and the claw, and just as much like an actual bear as you can make it. Strix, because it's an owlbear.
You can. We've got shifted shapeshifter models of bears coming as well. We've got Earth Sign shifted.
Yeah,
you seen that one? The artwork where it's got all the red war paint on. It looks awesome.
exactly.
Can't wait to get that.
Maybe they'll be. I think the Lupine Shifted are definitely the fast moving offensive one. I think the Ursine Shifted are probably going to be a more defensive piece.
Yeah, or just eat stuff, like really powerful attacks or something.
Yeah, we'll see. I look forward to seeing those. But yeah, no, I think there's 4 good solid lists. I think definitely leaning into what those casters need. Obviously, there's going to be more options dropping. Probably.
I think I might have gone a bit overkill with the Will Be Summer Song just to get all the animus that I think are nice with Yana in it. But like the thing with when you have the option to like cut, you can do it with all your beasts, really, but like you don't often need to commit more than one beast really, really far up the table. You just need one to do it. So you don't need a lot of beasts necessarily to accomplish that. You just need to get your timing better the less beasts you have and not throw them away.
Yeah, that's I think.
So you
potentially
probably could drop one of these ferals and
either
or a
strips or
primeval.
the starved out, depending on which one you find is better. Drop one of those.
They're both so good with her, though.
They are, but they're both. I'm going to launch this all the way across the board and assassinate something. And realistically, if one of those gets to your enemy caster, it's probably all over.
Yeah, I think the Staff would be the one to drop, to be fair. The Strix, giving lightning strike to the Yana is too good.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't think you're wrong. I think that's probably the change I'd make, and then I'd put some more support in. Potentially there some shearlings just in case because where Yana needs to play up, you've got the goats to sack off instead of taking some powerful hits with her. Something like that. But
that also gives is he the one that gives you Bloodthirst?
Yes.
As well to your shapeshifters.
That's only on the shapeshifters, and obviously you've only got one in the list, so potentially.
Yeah, but you could get a couple more if you're dropping the Starved.
If you're dropping the Starved, definitely. So yeah.
There's only a couple of more that didn't include in these lists. One of them was the Witchmark Totem. Yeah, so sorry, I'm on the iPad and it's not showing me the things the way my phone does. But, that's a bit of a shame. I feel like there's just no place for it in my style of list writing. You've got like a little area denial with the 2-inch, not very big bubble, but if something ends within 2 inches of it, it could take a power 10, unless it has flight. And then you've got a 5-inch bubble of -1 armor. I've already mentioned a few times that I haven't even taken the highest power weapons because there's so much armor buffing already.
Yeah.
Strength buffing, so you don't need armor cracking as much.
Yeah, it's an interesting one, and you don't. It's one extra point, which is nice, but I think both of us talking about how we failed to kill the enemy caster by 1 point, so that would have done it.
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe not. I'm intrigued. It's 2 points, so...
Yeah, but there's so many things in here that we've mentioned already that are 2 points. The Shifted, the Animist, another Legionman Primalist.
Yeah.
Is it called a Primalist? Yeah.
It's fighting for a space with a lot of good options, isn't it?
Yeah, we're bumping a Shifted up to an Apex. All kinds of things.
Yeah.
2 points is very hard to find for -1 armor.
Yeah.
And then the Jackal is the other one that I haven't included anywhere, but we did give him an honourable mention.
Yeah, especially because he's got the critical stagger as well. So under pincushion, he's more likely to be getting that off. So I think it's well worth considering under Galena especially.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm just checking. I think I've used every head and every arm on the Primeval.
Yeah.
Have I used? Yeah, I've used every back option and every head on the ferals as well. I think they're all justified in the positions they're in. So it's nice to have options like that.
Solid little niches, haven't they? So
yeah, I've been playing Wintercore for a while now, since Mark 4 dropped really, and there are weapon options that I haven't used on them. head options as well. And in the first couple of weeks of list building with these, I've managed to find a place for all of theirs. So that's a nice design perspective. Everything's viable.
Everything's landed pretty well where it needs to. I think that's...
Another thing that's interesting with these builds is that a lot of things are the same points, or only 1 point difference. There's not like a huge variation. Like with the Valiant, you can go from like 10 to 17 points, and on these it's like from 13 to 16 or something. Like
yeah,
so
7
much.
to 10 and 13 to 16. So it's a lot more like just adjusting to your taste and what you need, and not like these are the powerful options and these are just filler. Yeah.
Which is really nice to see.
Squeeze, if I take this option, it's cheaper, so I can squeeze
one
of those in.
I'd never take that because I can get this one cheaper or anything like that.
2 points and whatever, yeah. But yeah, no, I think Old Umbrey's looking good. The theme of the models is lovely as well.
And we've still got so much more to come as well.
Yeah, lots more to come. So we'll do some more list building once we get the next batch. But I hope we've given you guys some food for thought there. Any particular combos that you think we didn't talk about or anything we missed, give us a shout in the comments. Always looking to learn more. If you guys have been playing games, let us know how it went. Come and join us on our Discord, where we are reasonably active, happy to talk lists and changes and bits and pieces.
We always appreciate a like and a subscribe and a recommendation to your friends if they're into War Machine as well.
Yeah, and if you are on the South Coast in the UK, definitely join the Discord, hit us up, and we'll be starting to run some events down at Entoyment soon. We'll hopefully...
I'm in Portsmouth and the other guys are around Bournemouth and Poole area, so we're covering quite a large swath of the southern UK. I know they've got quite a good scene in Devon.
I was going to say there's some events down in Devon, and there's one up in Bristol as well at the end of next month. Sadly, I am going to be
it's on my baby's due date.
Yeah, so unfortunately I'm not going to make that one, but if they make some more Devon and Bristol ones, aside from having to drive in Bristol, which I do not appreciate, but
I hated it. Yeah.
And I got a stupid bus gate thing, and they sent me an angry letter saying next time we're going to fine you for driving down the road.
Yeah, we had one for driving in like a low emission zone or something as well.
Yes, I drove the Mustang to Bristol once, and then somebody was like, "Oh, it's a low emission zone." I was like, "I'm definitely going to be in trouble with that." 5 litre V8. Nope. Apparently passes the low emissions, so we're all good.
Okay.
Cool. All right. Well, thanks very much for listening, and we'll see you next week.